Welcome to TeamSport Karting, West London. West London, home of over 5 football players, luxury flats, and now me. Tucked between industrial estates and occasional confused Uber driver lies a battle of pure adrenaline. TeamSport West London, this place is like driving a go-kart inside a roller coaster in a shoebox on the M-Way. I came here for glory, podium, silverware, beating down the best of the best with purple lap times, lap after lap. This track is quick and unforgiving. Welcome to Heat Racing, and today I experienced suffering. From the intro and the title, you can hear that I experienced pain at this track. It had nothing to do with the track surface or being poor or the karts turning like boats in heavy sea. No, none of that. I learned how it feels to be a damn Alpine or kick Sauber driver, giving it all just to be a back marker. Oh, my head is hurting. After my first ever session at West London, you can watch up here, I thought I could compete in the grid series competition. This format consists of 2 practice sessions to help you find your feet, a qualifying session and a 15-minute race. Here is the first of the 2 practice sessions. We take the first few laps on the yellow and red flags, so we'll skip a little bit ahead. Starting my first hot lap, I'll almost lose it into turn 1. I hit the boost button going down the hill, try to connect it back, but I'm sliding across the double right-hander. I'm trying to find my feet, just get a feel for the track. I'm not close enough to the apex on those couple of corners. Spin it through, and it's a very terrible lap. We skip over to lap 5 going into lap 6. Right now I'm trying to find my feet with correct lines and braking points. This track is not very heavy with the braking, but learning how much speed you need to go through a corner and deciding whether or not to brake or lift is very important, and finding lap time around the track. Even though the track only has 7 corners, they flow nicely into each other, and maintaining speed throughout is vital. Heading into lap 7 I'm struggling turning into turn 1. That's my biggest problem so far. Lap after lap I'm struggling with the braking point and turning in point. I think I'm leaving my braking point too late, which is causing me to turn whilst braking, which leads into the back end kicking out, which kills my speed going down the down ramp, which I try to compensate with by using the boost. So I end up not using the boost in the most optimal area of the track, which is just messing with me. Skipping ahead to lap 16, this lap is my fastest lap in free practice 1. Turn 1 is still shaky at best. The boost down the down ramp, the double right hander has a lift brake skill issue I've yet to conquer. The downstairs section is all about maintaining speed so you can launch up the ramp and into the final corner. I do that relatively well, a slight little bubble, and I'm through. We make our way back to the lobby section to discuss how the session went down.
I'm going on a Sunday drive, you've got to calm down. This is a Thursday, you need to be in the road traffic.
I'm dead last. The 2 guys in front of me, that's Dante. Dante's the GOAT. The guy in green is gonna be my nemesis for the session. Sunday driver, he's the one I'm competing with. I'm damn well focused on hitting turn 1 without the wobble and finding the optimal spot to use the boost. A few laps later in free practice 2, you can see my line through turn 1 is better than before. The wobble is less pronounced but still there. I'm able to carry much more speed into the downstairs section while I'm still figuring out where to brake or lift off. In the laps done so far, I've been braking just like a slight dab before braking in, making it much easier to get tight to both apexes and still going fast out. I don't know if it's the optimal cornering technique, as the corner can be done with just lifting off instead of braking, but it's hella difficult. When I've tried to do that, the car just really struggles with the handling, and the tires are just screaming because they're being asked to do so much. But it is doable, and I feel like if you do it for a quali session, it's going to be quicker. The double left-hander up the ramp is an area I've not really focused on so far. I feel like it's the best place to use the boost because the ramp feels so damn steep. the kart kind of bottoms out without the boost as you're going up there. As I'm not so used to the track as of yet, I'm missing the first apex out of fear of hitting the barrier what kind of like sticks out. This causes me to like slide to the right and into the wall from time to time, which is losing me in time up the ramp, so I'm not able to get a quick or stable final corner. So I just need to stick it and be confident and hit the first apex, push up, press the boost just before I go up the ramp so I can get a good end to the lap.
Still lost.
Wait, that was me last time. Basically on me.
We have another debrief in the lobby area and I am still dead last. We end up doing a PB, but I'm still about the 10th, 2 tenths away from my nemesis and 4, 5 tenths, 6 tenths off from having a competitive time to the rest of the field. Time for qualifying. Going into the session, I'm thinking Keem is heading for disaster. The past 2 sessions, I've been hitting my personal best times and still dead last by about a tenth or 2. So the best case scenario I'm thinking would be P8, which is second to last. So I'm thinking up a game plan. If I can follow one of the front runners to have like a visual reference to their lines and their turning points, I could copy it and gain what, 2 tenths, maybe 3 tenths, maybe not way too much, but learn from the quicker guys of how they are going quick by just following them through. As I say that, Dante comes through. He's been the undisputed leader so far, leading every single session. He's the king of the West here. He's so smooth with his driving. Within a few corners, he's, I would say, a second ahead and pulling away with haste. Dante's line through turn 1 and turn 3 looks so beautiful compared to mine. My attempt to copy that just looks so unappealing. It just looks so unappealing. So I'm trying to stay and catch him, but I'm not successful at all. With that being said, ending lap 11, I get a 23.315, my quickest ever lap I've ever done around West London, and that's my fastest lap for qualifying. Of course I'll go again to try and match or beat the lap, but I just can't get quicker than that. My next few laps, they're within the mid 23s. They're pretty decent laps for myself. Like lap 13 ends up being a 23.672. Here on lap 15, the quicker guys just like kind of like barge their way through, which is, I get almost get slicked out of the way. It's good and bad. Because they're quicker guys, I'm able to do what I did with Dante and like follow quite closely and look at their lines. I end up doing that, and they, again, like Dante, almost a second ahead in a few corners. They're just so quick. But I am able to stay with them slightly, which ends up making lap 16 a pretty decent lap for me, as I get a 23.438, which is one of my quicker times as well. We skip ahead to lap 19, which is one of the final laps of the qualifying session. I hit the double right-hander quite decently enough. I mistakenly take the double left-hander up the ramp without the boost. I'm so disappointed in myself. Come through the final corner, end up with a 23.327, which is hella disappointing to me, because I'm thinking if I had the boost up the ramp, I could have maybe gone a 23.2 and been more competitive, but we'll see. We make our way to the lobby to find the results of the qualifying session. Surprise, surprise, I'm bringing up the rear to start the Grand Prix. Dante's P1 and the Claw is about a tenth quicker than me. We line up on the grid. I want a good start, maybe steal a position or 2. Lights go green. and I'm slow off the line. The claw is forced to take a wider line up the ramp due to body on the left taking the inside line. I see the gap, and with the boost I pin myself on the inside into the final corner. I misjudged the braking and hit right into my man. No harm done, as he's able to speed off ahead of me. Lap 1 starts and kind of ends with me one position up in P8. I'm trying my utmost to keep it close with the pack. The amount of speed the pack has to get away from me in the downside section completely blows my mind. I think they're using the boost in much more conventional optimal areas than I am. Lap 3, we're heading down the down ramp. We get a front row seat to battle going through the final 3 corners. Orange leaves the door open for green to dive down the inside, but hits back with a cutback move up the ramp and secures the position through the final corner, and is able to just hold it through the final corner, follow through turn 1 and pull away. Laps go by and the front 2 are able to pull away from me. They were lapping in the low 23s while I was lapping in the high 23s. Apart from them just being more experienced and better racers than me, I believe the application of the boost is just much more advanced, and they're doing it in areas which they can maintain a higher average speed throughout the lap than me. So yeah, those 3 attempts add up quickly, because by lap 7 they're about a corner ahead, almost 2 corners ahead from me. I can't see them anymore. It gets to a point where I can't see them anymore, and I've essentially lost the pack, and the race just becomes between me and Claw to see who's gonna finish ahead of each other, because we're lapping in the low to high 23s. High 23s are just not a competitive time amongst the pack in this session here. We skip ahead to lap 13. Roughly about 40% of race distance has already been driven. My lap times have been fairly consistent so far, dipping into the 24s briefly with a 24.087 and a 24.095. Little mistakes are starting to creep into my driving. In the final corner here, I hit the inside wall and my hand goes up in frustration. As laps go on, my driving seems to be getting worse and worse. I'm not using the boost in the ideal locations. I forgot, am I forgetting, or I'm just not remembering that I should be using it on the downstairs section or up or on the up ramp instead of on the down ramp. It's just very difficult right now. See that in turn 1 I'm still messing that up. Driving needs to improve in order to keep the Claw behind me and just to catch up to the guys in front, which I don't think is possible at this point. We skip ahead to lap 21 and going into turn 1. That looks hella rough. Somehow I feed my way through, go into the double right hander, slight oversteer during the corner, come through. The car looks like it's struggling through those corners. Nice and tidy through the final corner. This lap ends up being my quickest lap ever done, my PB. It ends up being a 23.225. You skip ahead to lap 25, and as I said, my driving's been getting slightly worse, so I haven't really been lining up or doing personal best apart from the odd lap. I'm coming through into the final set of corners. The Claw dives on me. I make a quick cut back up the ramp. I use the boost to leg it out that section, and I am fortunate that I was able to make a recovery move and just steam ahead and get away. I know that he's close by me, so I'm paying attention to making sure that I close the door or make a defensive move into that corner. I get out of shape into 27. A lap later, the front runners are lapping me, which is depressing. I kind of get out their way and kind of give them a little pass by to go through. A red flag ends up coming out. I don't know why. We go green again, and a whole bunch of them are coming through. I kind of get out of the way, give them a way so all of them can get through. I don't want to ruin their race. So yeah, I've been lapped by the entire field, which is not the best feeling, but we continue. We're on the final few laps of the race. I'm just trying to bring it home. I know that the claw is nearby, so I'm still making sure that I'm not just doing nonsense and bringing it home cleanly. Hit the corner a bit wide out of that final corner. Hit the boost. I looked like I was scared when I slapped that boost button. Coming through on the final lap. I don't think he will make a move. Yeah, yellow flags. Because we were a lap down, we didn't actually get to complete the final lap. So that's the race. I end up finishing P8 in the grid series event, which is like no points. It's just like no points. So I have nothing towards the British Indoor Karting Championship. But yeah, this race, it was fun, but being so terrible compared to the rest of the field, you just don't have any action. You don't have anybody to race with because you're just so damn slow. So I need to improve. That guy in the red hair, Dante, he's the king of the West. He won, and it was a dominating victory. Gives me the thumbs up. Thank you for watching, and on to the next.
The red flash.
Was this for YouTube?
Yeah,
Subscribe to Raheem, he's the best.
team racing.
Raheem Racing. Let me